Jace here from Team Dark Strategies, headed into a little bit of a product review. Not necessarily a tabletop product review, but it's still Warhammer 40,000, still Games Workshop, but this time it's a video game. Now, you know, I love my tabletop games, I love dice rolling, but when I do have some downtime, I do enjoy a good video game here and there. So this past week, this new game just came out, and I've been having a fun time with it. It's very kind of addictive when it comes to playing it and kind of leveling up everything. So we're going to get into the details. I'm going to switch the screen around, and I'll share my screen and go over the game, all the different aspects of it. It's really, really cool. But I wanted to share this on the channel just because I think it's a cool product. It's free to play. Of course, you can purchase bundles and all that kind of stuff, characters within the game, and we'll go over that. But it's a free to play game. If you're into Warhammer 40,000, like I have been for many, many, many years. It's just a absolute fun game to play again on your downtime and you know, kind of get into it. It has all the great characters that we've kind of fallen in love with over the years. So you have the tabletop versions, but it's all three-dimensional, and it's a tactics game. So if you like tactics games, you know, kind of the hex, squares in tactics as far as, flanking, outmaneuvering, weapons, close combat, range combat. It's basically Warhammer 40K condensed into a game, which is actually very fun to play. So just to go over a little bit about what Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus, where you can buy it. Obviously the App Store, we'll go on Apple, Google Play, and the Galaxy Store. So those are your kind of three avenues. iPad, any kind of phone that you're rocking should be able to play it. So it's made by Snowprint, and of course it's licensed through the Games Workshop Warhammer 40,000 kind of IP. So it is official when it comes to all that. Like I said, you'll see characters like the Hexmark Destroyers or Typhus, Ultramarines, Necrons. It's very immersive to begin with, and I know for a fact they're going to add on stuff in the future. So that's pretty much it. Again, it's free. You can just download it and start playing right away. The factions that you have to go with is Ultramarines, Black Legion, Astra Militarum, Necrons, Adeptus Sororitas, and then yet to be revealed Black Templars, Death Guard, and Orcs. But you're actually this week you can actually get Death Guard and Orcs. I haven't seen Black Templar yet, but maybe I'm missing something. So that is that. Again, let me switch over to the actual screen, and I want to go through just kind of show you a quick demo of the gameplay, and then of course show you all the different aspects of leveling up your characters and all that kind of immersion. So let's get into it. So I'm going to share my screen and just go over where to find it, get into the game. We're going to go over a little bit about their website, and then get into the actual gameplay. So I'm on an iPad here. So first I'm going to just, in the App Store, if you're searching through the App Store, just type in Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus. Should come up. It looks like this. Little icon there is of Tigurius. He's one of the main characters that you start with. So already has a good amount of reviews on there, and not too big, 284 MB. But as far as the events, we're not going to get too much into detail on here, but preview. We got Recruit Mighty Heroes, Marnie's Calgar, Necrons, one of my favorites, the Eliminator, Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas. But join the battle now, right? So that's kind of some of the visuals. Again, some reviews. But it is made by Snowprint Studios through Warhammer 40,000, through Games Workshop, of course. So that's essentially where to find the game. Again, it's free to play, so pop that open and you're good to go. Let's actually open up one of the developer's website. So this is, again, you can download now, App Store, Google Play, Galaxy Store. Here's some of the like, share, win. They get since it's a new game, they kind of have some promotional stuff going on right now. But you can watch the trailer. Absolutely cool. But here's the launch factions: Ultramarines, Black Legion, Astra Militarum, Necrons, Adeptus Sororitas, and then yet to be revealed it says Black Templars, Death Guard, and Orcs. But I, for one, have already seen Death Guard and Orcs, so that's kind of cool too. And more than likely, if the game's a success, I'm sure there's going to be even more stuff to play as. but I actually have some of my models out here. But talking about the art style, they took the models, the 3D. I'm sure they scanned some of these in, or even GW's 3D assets, and they kind of colored them up. I don't want to say it's a cartoony style, but it's more of an illustrative style, which I absolutely love. It just makes you want to play the tabletop game more even too. But even like if you look at like the Ultramarines, like Marnie's Calgar, the way they painted them, it actually painted it like a miniature, so that you have the edge highlighting and all that kind of stuff of how you would paint it. So it's pretty cool, absolutely cool. So let's pop open the game, Snowprint Studios, and it takes a little bit to load, but it's good to go. So this is your home page, basically your news. So you log in here, Dark Strategies, obviously, Team Dark Strategies. The little fist icon with the number, that's the power level, and then you kind of have a level, so I'm level 14. Your stats up on the top, your money, your raid badges, your energy, and your Blackstone, and you can use these things to essentially buy things in game, play more games, and so on and so forth. So from here, you kind of have these main icons here, the little trophy, achievements, of course. The more achievements you do, you get these kind of kill stars, skull stars here, and then you get Blackstone for doing it. So, for example, have 6 characters at an uncommon or higher, so on and so forth. And then there's 3 ranks to that, so you get more Blackstone as you go along. The little shipping container here, the Munitorium container, is your items. You have you pick up items as you play missions. It's pretty cool, and there's Necron items, there's Death Guard items, Chaos items, Space Marine items, and you kind of collect these, and you can actually share them through your guild if you join a guild, or you just use them, or I believe you can kind of scrap them for resources. And then here's all the upgrades. You play missions throughout the story, you get all these upgrades that you then upgrade your character with. For example, you get like, let's look at this, Terminator Honors, so it gives plus to your health. Most things give, a lot of things give plus to your health. I think down here further, there's armor, plus to your armors, plus to your damage, more plus to your health. So, and then there's actually even further into that, you can create these elements to create bigger components. So you start with a common item, you build them up, and you have uncommon, rare, and so on and so forth. Shards are essentially you're collecting these shards to all the different characters. So the more that you have, you then unlock characters. We'll get into that a little bit. And then ability badges. To level up your characters, you have to have badges, and so on and so forth. Imperial, Xenos, Chaos. So let's talk about characters a little bit. So the Ultramarines are kind of your first story mode. You start out with Tigurius. I have him ranked up to level 3 right now. He's kind of maxed out. But over here you have basically 2 Storm of Wrath upgrades. So that's his psychic powers, and then you have an additional psychic power. So each character has upgrades, whether it be their guns or their armor or special basically abilities. And then down here below you have the character equipment. Right now I have him with an heirloom bolt pistol as an uncommon, and I'm assuming as you go along in the game you'll start collecting better and better. Here's armor, reinforced plated greaves. You can see down below the things that I've defensive items that I've collected along the way. And then down below here further, you do have power pack bundles. These are all the kind of little minor upgrades that you can get. You can give to your character, and you see a plus 9 damage. And then over here it has the health, armor, damage, and movement. So all of these little upgrades then upgrade your character, leveling up. It has a kind of an RPG element to it. And the stronger you are, the more damage you'll do, and the more challenging levels that you can compete in. Over here is the shop. Of course, you can pay money to unlock other things, or you can spend the time and grind through it. So it's up to you, whatever your cup of tea you like to do. I'm going to be purchasing the Bad Moon Clan Mega Pet shortly because I love my orcs and I love Bad Moons. And then you have your daily deals, essentially you get 1 free, and then you can purchase if you're not finding items throughout missions. You can you can purchase them with in-game currency that you get for completing missions as well. So like for this particular one, the pile of salvage costs 200 gold coins. So I have 40k gold coins already. And again, I haven't paid anything yet. So you do get a lot of coins if you play regularly. But it's like I said, I'm going to be purchasing that orc pass. Crates are essentially, you get a regular blessed or relic. The better the crate, the better the loot, essentially, and so on and so forth. So that's the money part of it. Again, some people like to play for free. Some people like to get into it a little quicker and pay some actual cash. So I think this game is absolutely boss. So I'm going to be supporting the developers on this just because I think it's absolutely worth it. They've done a superb job on it. So without further ado, let's get to the game part. This is the fighting area. You have a lot of different things. Right now they have the Trial of Faith. It's like a weekly or bi-weekly kind of special missions. So this one's actually a Adeptus Sororitas one where you can collect these, I think they're called faith points, because it's Adeptus Sororitas, right? So the more battles you play, the more battles you win, you get these faith points, and then you can pay for upgraded tiers of these special relic boxes, which will give you shards, which will then unlock as you get 120 of them. I'm at 48 right now. You can unlock, this is an uncommon character and so forth, and it probably goes all the way to the rare characters. So that'll be fun. I'm definitely planning on playing that. It's 2 weeks long, so that's one way you can battle. I think the campaign starts out when you first download the game. You're going to get thrown into a tutorial, which kind of just leads you through how to play the basics of the game. That is the Indominus campaign. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but you start out, it's kind of just like almost like a board game path, and the first 5 missions are tutorials, and then you kind of play through these missions. So let's just play number 6 real quick and have some fun with it. So right now I have this mission. Some missions you can only have 3 characters or 4 characters or whatever. This mission actually has 5 characters, and right now I'm playing against Necrons. So I'm up against 4 Necron warriors and 3 Necron flayed ones. Love the flayed ones. But essentially I'm kind of tooled up right now as far as the strength. So this is a lower mission, but I just want to show you some of the combat. So Tigurius, you can play some around, but essentially Tigurius I'll lead with. He has a psychic power. He's kind of beast mode right now, so he can attack multiple characters and just absolutely overkills them, right? One of my favorite units is Certus. He's the Eliminator, one of my favorite in-game actual tabletop models. He's got a last few cells, so he's gonna pop one of these. Yeah, bam. Inceptors, they actually can bring in, they have a lot of maneuverability, and they can actually bring in fellow brother Inceptors, and the longer your turns go, the more Inceptors you can kind of bring in. This one, Sisters of Battle, she's not going to get a fight in because I've been killing her, but she's got a big, multi-melta, or heavy flamer, I should say, and she can just toast things. But as far as the tactics goes, you can see it's a 6-sided, hex shape, typical to tactics games, board games. Sometimes they're squares, sometimes they're circles, sometimes they're hexes, and you can basically place it. It'll tell you where you can move, your max move, and then when you get there, you can do whatever. This is the apothecary, so he can heal up units, or he can attack. And every unit has its own kind of capabilities. So, and then once you're done, sorry, I'm not healing anybody. Once you're done, then the Necrons get to go. It's turn-based. You go, enemy goes. And let's just finish these guys off real quick. Inceptor, boom, got him. So that's it. And then when you win the game, win a battle, you get rewards, 10 gold coins, and then you get some of the faith points from the special edition thing. So, and then you can spend energy to play again, and you get a certain amount of energy a day, and you can use Blackstone to buy more energy. So if you're really into it, on a weekend you have a lot of time, you can keep playing it, right? But it's a cell phone game. You're not going to be spending, and I shouldn't say cell phone game, it's an app game. So you're not going to be spending a huge amount of time, because you will kind of cap out on a mission, but you can probably spend a good 2-3 hours, I think, playing straight on this. So that's enjoyable. So if you press continue, it'll bring you back out to the story mode. So that's the story mode, but there's other things. There's mirror campaigns, so you can flip it over. Once you unlock some of the Necrons in the campaign, then you're going to play as the Necrons versus the Ultramarines, so on and so forth. And then, again, going back up to the campaigns, there's the Indominus, which you start with. You have to play now, you're going to have to pay the money, but you can unlock things, Fall Acadia, and then Octarius. So awesome stuff, Black Templars in this one versus Orcs. So I'm very excited to get through this content as I go. But look at, 196 missions, I'm into it so far out of 210, and that's just the first campaign. And again, I've been playing for this past week, so since it came out, so it's been fun. And then mirror campaigns, again, you can flip the cake on basically playing the bad guy side of that. And then you have arena mode, which is basically PvP. People that are in playing right now, Broken Sword, Base Mental 76, all that. They over here on the Gold Fist here, 1,444. Those are your you basically get 3 choices to play against PvP. You can refresh for 1 shard, or you just fight it. And basically, it's a turn-based, and this is where you can kind of start mixing up characters. You can play Ultramarines mixed with Necrons. It's basically your fun, your most favorite characters you can play as, and then basically make your team, and then fight against actual people playing the game. And you get 15. You wake up in the morning or whatever, and it refreshes. You get 15 kind of tokens to play this, and then as time goes by, you see down in the bottom right-hand corner here where it says 1 hour 13 minutes. It'll kind of start refreshing those tokens. So that's where I say you can't just play nonstop. It does kind of limit you eventually, but there's enough content here where I think you're going to enjoy yourself for plenty of time. And then there's leaderboards as well. Another one, Onslaught. Onslaught is one where it's you against the computer, but it sends waves of this particular one is Tyranids. It sends waves of Hormagaunts and Termagants into you, and you basically, your 5-man team have to survive the waves. So you have Sector 1, Sector 2, and then as you go up the ranks, it gets harder and harder. So that's fun too. And then you have the guild raids. Now, if you join a guild, right now I am in a guild. My guild have killed the Hive Tyrant from High Fleet Leviathan. We've killed a Turvagon from High Fleet Kronos and High Fleet Gorgon. And now we're working on the Turvagon from High Fleet Leviathan again. Again, as the further you go up, the power level goes up. And these are boss battles, essentially. You play against bigger units. Turvagons, Tyrants. These are not units that you're going to have in your army, so they have tons of HP. This guy he started out with 75,000 health. We've done a total of 56,000 damage to him so far. So, and you're working together with your guild, which I think is absolutely fun. And then you can battle here on the right, or you can bomb them. So let's bomb them for, there we go, 200 hits on the Turvagon. So, let's do a battle real quick just to show you. So you start out with, this is kind of my team right now. I have 2 Necrons and 3 Ultramarines. I know it's heresy, right? But they're my favorite units. So let's throw a Mortis round into this Turvagon for my Eliminator. And basically you're trying to do as much damage within 6 rounds to this guy. And he's gonna start pumping out some Termagants shortly here. So it's not just shooting at him for a whole turn. You'll have to start fighting against everybody else. So Tigurius, he's kind of out of range right now. So, and some people, if you played actual kill team on the tabletop, you enter Overwatch. The Eliminator here and the Hexmark Destroyer, they actually have an Overwatch. So if they don't fire in their turn, they actually kind of set up, and whatever moves in front of them, they get a free shot at it. So that's part of tactics as well. So the Sisters of Battle here, this she has that big flamer, and you'll see once the Termagants start coming out how that operates. Tigurius, let's just use his big power here. Storm of Wrath, kind of a bigger psychic power. So here comes the Termagants. We're not going to kill the Turvagon here. She's at 54,610 HP, but we'll probably do about 2,000, maybe up to, upwards of 3,000. So let's show. You have to be 2 spaces away to truly utilize the flamer, but she'll have an area effect. So she killed that one, but also wounded the termagant next to it. Let's just fire some gauze here. Same thing with Tacticus. He also has an area effect attack, so it does multiple damage around. I'm just going to keep firing at this Turbogon. And then once you're done with your turn, enemy turn, Turbogons get to fire. Usually, they're not too strong, but they just took out the Hexrix Destroyer. So they're getting stronger as the guild fights, more battles. So we're headed into 2 rounds left. So these are quick battles, but again, you're helping the guild open up and unlock. And whenever you kill one of these big bosses, it announces that your guild has killed the boss, and it gives you loot essentially. So we got a lot of Turbogons coming in here. I'm gonna just keep chipping away at the Turbogon because 1 round left, and then the Turbogon runs away, and that's that. Glorious battle, right? And we've done 2,951 to help the guild fight, and we've unlocked some coins and some more faith points for the weekly challenge. So that is the boss fight. Absolute awesome game to play with, and you get about 2 tokens, I think, during a day throughout the process. So again, you're not playing this over and over again. You're just doing this for fun, and then you move on to it. So far we had the story mode, the campaign, Indominus. We have arena, PvP, onslaught, which is waves, and then the boss battles, which is the guild raids. And then we have the salvage run, which is absolutely fun to play. I unfortunately don't have tokens because I play this one a lot, but it's essentially a salvage run. It's you versus Gretchen. They kind of get dropped in by a Daka jet or a bomber, and they drop loot, and these little Gretchen are kind of in the scrapyard, and the Gretchen are totally weak, right? To begin with, but the orcs start showing up, and you're basically out there to get all the loot. And there's coins out there, there's item upgrades. It's pretty fun. So that is that, and then you can see all the different times. It's a very deep game. You have Imperial, Xenos, Chaos. There's plenty of content to unlock as you spend time with it and go through it. And then the guild. I'll show you the guild real quick. I'm part of the Imperium of Man. We're actually full up. We're 20 of 20 people. But here you can chat with people. I've been kind of role-playing a little bit. I usually talk as I'm a Space Marine. But essentially you can share. You can donate items for people that are looking for certain upgrades. Like right now, player 7977 and myself, Dark Strategies, we're both looking for the Adamantium repair kit. We don't have that, so if somebody did have it, you pop in here and donate what you have to that person, then you get rewarded for it with coins. So that's a cool little system too. It kind of builds a little mini community within your guild, and you kind of feel part of it. So that is Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus, people. It's a fun one. Again, it's free to play. If give it a try, absolutely. And I think you'll see the quality here. I think you'll see the awesome art style that they have in here. And tactics games are absolutely fun. I think, we as a wargaming community, we play tabletop games, we roll dice. If you're into video games and you're into tactics, which I think you probably are if you're playing Warhammer 40,000, this is a game to just kind of complement your hobby even more, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with what Games Workshop's doing here with Snowprint Studios. Check it out. Absolutely check it out. It's a good one. So let's get on to some more gaming.